everyone, and welcome to the Alpha 8 podcast. I'm your host, Herman Bienek, and the co-founder of Alpha 8. We will discuss everything from emergency response initiatives to the intense battle against wildlife crimes. We will even get you into the thrilling chases of hunting down poachers with guns and so much more. So join me in these conversations where every story highlights the sheer determination and bravery of those making a real difference, those people on the ground. When lives are on the line, every second counts and every action matters. So, grab a seat, get comfy, and become a part of our mission.
Today, we are thrilled to have a very special guest with us, Johanna Lagman. With over 20 years of impressive experience in the production industry, Johanna is the powerhouse behind Mandala Productions, where she serves as the owner and executive producer. At Mandala Productions, Johanna and her talented team are dedicated to creating engaging and impactful videos and events that resonate with a diverse audience. Her expertise spans features, documentaries, and unscripted formats with a strong focus on digital media and innovation. Johanna's career is a testament to her ability to manage and deliver complex projects from concept to completion, often collaborating with multi country teams and suppliers. Her extensive network of industry contacts and partners enables her to provide high quality and cost effective solutions that reflect the diversity and richness of the world we live in. Johanna's mission is to tell compelling and meaningful stories that inspire, inform, and entertain. We're so excited to dive into her journey and her insights on today's episode. Welcome, Johanna.
Hi, Janice. Hi, Herman. I'm super glad to be here. And yes, let's just dive right into it. So, what have you for me? It's encapsulating 20 plus years. It would be fun.
Oh my, right? We're like, give us the TV guide version of your incredible career and how you got started with creating your own production company and your partnership with Alpha Aid. Give us the whole story.
So, I mean, technically, this is really what I studied in college. I just I was not like a lawyer. I was not like a nurse or something. Filmmaking was really my thing straight from college, but I did want to be a lawyer first. I was into political science. I was a very nosy activist. And then I just found myself like shifting gradually into creatives. And my family was surprised, like, what? You are into what again? I said it's a new course now, because back in the days, you have either the communication arts or mass communications, and that's it. And then I said, no, I really want to be a filmmaker, and I want to focus on documentaries, and that's where I'm going to transfer all this energy of my of always being at the forefront of what needs to be said, what needs to be done, what needs people to be aware with. I said, I'm going to channel this into a more relevant and relatable communication. And my family said, like, maybe why don't you get also another course? So there's always something to fall back to. As okay. So that's how I ended up with longer years in college, and then two courses when I could have just like done one, right? So but anyway, so that's what happened. And then straight out of college, I was mentored by a very good Filipino documentary filmmaker. And on my first job, that is where I met my now partner and best friend Amy. It was our first job straight out of college. And so I was Amy was from the State University, a very good writer, and she's very rock and roll. Herman will not. Oh my God, Herman will not recognize her. She was so grungy. Went for an interview with me, and I was at that time I was also very well. The family sent me into a preppy school, so I was like we're virtual opposites. And then it's almost like, it's almost like we're werewolves. We kind of like, okay, best friends forever. And then that's how it happened. And then true enough, it's kind of difficult to kind of pigeonhole myself in an office setting, because I'm always thinking, I'm prolific and I'm always thinking of something to do, where to go, so it's the spirit, the spirit needs to head out. And then I told Amy, Amy, this is going to be my last day. I'm going out there, I'm going freelance. And Amy's like, what? I said, yeah, I'm going freelance. But she said, it's the bad time in the industry. I said, well, I'm going to be like hungry in freelance. And so I was hungry in freelance for a few years. And then living off Amy's salary, she would buy me lunches because I would get into projects. Because what I did was, what is it really that I wanted to do? So to build my skills back in the days, should I go to the US for film school, or should I just really learn from the best? So I had very good mentors. I was mentored by a Filipino documentary filmmaker. I was mentored by a Canadian filmmaker, and then a Japanese filmmaker. So all these different practices and traditions in filmmaking and storytelling became like the backbone. And a few years after, I told Amy, guess what? Why don't we set up our own company? And Amy's like, you can't even like buy us both dinner. Just like, I said, I know, right? Don't you think it's amazing? And Amy always believed, she never doubted. So that's the thing is, how did I come up with Mandala? Because it's not just me, it's the people who are still with me now, and who also work with me in Alpha 8. They did, when I told them that I have this friend, the one who's always keeping us safe in all our expeditions in our reality show. He's he and his team are kicking off something that is relevant. And not one of them said like, um so what do we need to do? They're just like, so when, how do we do it? So these are the type of people who's been with me for more than 20 years. And that's how we evolved. And then we always, of course, there's a balance. It's not as if we're going to be clueless forever or hungry forever. So we found our niche. Of course, the root is still cinema. The first love is cinema. But I was also working on a film for a few years and really gaining nothing from it. It's you you get exhausted. So I said, what is it really that I wanted to do? Uh, where is my artistry? Where is my creativity? And that's when on my first international job was The Amazing Race, and that's also where I met Herman. But no, that was the fifth season. Oh my God, like how dated I am. Fifth season, Amazing Race, reality show was still new in the world. So I was handpicked as the big boss assistant. It was crazy horrifying. Is that I needed to learn this show, and I hope I will not forget anything, because it's new. Even for everybody else in the Amazing Race family, it was new. Where it's not as really polished as, well, we're not really, it's still exciting, Herman, right? But it was still crazy at that time. We're trying to make a show, we're trying to make challenges, and we're trying to not to to keep the contestants safe and the crew safe. And we're exploring. And then I fell in love with travel. I fell in love with stories. I fell in love with local communities. So that kind of kicked off another niche. And I said, what is it really that I want to do? And what I really want to do is storytelling. So what is it about storytelling? So as an environmental activist for at least more than a decade as well, I was thinking there are a lot of things happening in the world, in the local communities, in the remote areas that nobody really knows. There's a lot of local heroes nobody can really relate to, because nobody knows like where. It's only recently where we have this digital platform. So that became my guiding light. make local stories global, and make global stories relatable so it becomes local. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to respect the boundaries, but at the same time, we are also trying to understand each other better. So because if we can just dissipate all this craziness, and if we're able to help each other, and if we're able to use our skills, like for example, Alpha 8, what are they about? I'm sure they're also getting bored with, like just keeping all of us like crazy people secure, safe. Herman and his whole family are highly skilled in rescues. Our friends, our colleagues in Alpha 8 are ex-military. They have the energy, they have the passion. But I think more than that, it's that banner. Make local stories global, global stories local. And who are the best people to tell those stories, and to help the people relate to these stories. Those are the people who've been there in all our capacity. Okay, none of us are in our 20s or even 30s. Mandala, Alpha. We've been there, done that. We've seen crazy. We're not imagining it from our living room. We've seen crazy. We've seen how in 3-5 seconds something can go south. But the thing is, we have the chops to know what to do when that happens. And that is both technical expertise and also experience. Technical expertise, experience. And of course, when you couple it with the advocacy, the advocacy. So what do we do with all the skill sets? What yes, okay, so we know how to do this. What do we do with all these skill sets? Should we just keep it to ourselves and wait until somebody falls off the ravine? Or should we try to replicate it? Because the thing is, when we're like kind of old and just telling, in a few decades, probably our team and Herman will just be like sitting somewhere drinking wine, drinking coffee, and telling jokes about our exciting past. But we would want that advocacy to continue, with to just to the legacy to continue. And it's not easy, because even if with all the good intentions, um people are still people. Sometimes they don't, you need to push it forward, maybe harder than you think. You need to, you think you have like the best plan, you have the best structure, but there's also so many things that are happening. It's not a simple black and white nowadays.
You said it goes back to meeting Herman from The Amazing Race. What I'm curious, like, how he spoke to you about Alpha Aid, how he got you involved in it. And because I feel like, and this is what we're learning pretty quickly, is like everybody who's affiliated with the Alpha Aid team is that they are so passionate, and they have this roll up our sleeves mentality where it's like, okay, what can we do? And it's not just what can we do, it's what can we do now. There's no long timeline, there's no plan. It's like, let's get it done, and then we'll ask questions later. We'll figure it out together.
Very soldier, but it's also it's also the leadership. I think it's also the leadership for Alpha. And yes, it's very soldier mentality. We don't really ask Herman, like, he's just like, okay, let's do this. And where? Like, how many days should I pack? Backpack? Where is it? So at least I could bring the right jacket. It's something like that. But okay, Herman, I'm going to tell everyone, when we first met Herman on the race, he was so scary strict. He was just like, and he was just like, like walking in there. You take. I said, okay. The security is a grumpy one this season. But of course, in the race also, everything has to be like clockwork. We're running against time. Everything has to be precise. And I think my team and I and Herman, we I think it was at the airport, we kind of bonded because a team was lost. went to the went to the wrong country. So it was just like we were just okay, this is not just the wrong airport, the wrong country. We're like waiting. So we got to like talk about, talk about like our work, talk about what we do when we're not like running everywhere. And then it took a few more years. And then I was maybe a year or two ago. But we've always been in touch because that's the thing with the industry. I think with the industry of expeditions, reality shows, there's only very few crazy people in the industry is not large. So if it's not your niche, that is your niche. It's not large. We like when a lot of shows get kicked off early, you run out of crew because there's also very few producers who would have to like really leave the comforts of their community and just in like that just be somewhere totally wherever whatever, right? Even so it's people who do features will not really ride with us. People who do TV commercials, just like, you guys enjoy yourselves, call me after, so it's a thing. It's something that we love, but it's not something that everyone loves. But for us, the bug is there. And then so we kind of keep in touch. Christmas, New Year, Valentine's, Lunar New Year, whatever, birthdays, rain, sunshine, we kept in touch. And then Herman called me like, guess what? I've been elected to be this to head Alpha 8. And I said, what is that? And then we started talking about it, and then I said, then that's how it started. We were trying to kind of fix the structure about how we're going to do about it. And of course, the best place to test it out is in the Philippines. And yeah, and then there were more willing victims who jumped in. There's only very few, but I would say quality over quantity, because this man, this guys who leave their families to be able to do their share. They maybe 1:100. That's the power that they have, only because they are dedicated, they are knowledgeable, and they are willing. So this 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 passion is what we've been trying to that's why we're here in the Philippines, because the thing with the Philippines is there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of willingness. The Filipinos are always willing to jump out of their house and help. But the thing is, they're not that skilled. I'm sorry, Philippines, but our first responders could really need some help because they are not skilled. When Herman and the team were here, we were conducting assessment trainings. They are there. They have all the fire and the heart, but it's it's wrong because they get hurt. In every calamity in the Philippines, first responders perish, and it's it happens so often that we get sad, but it's almost like part of it. But it is not supposed to be part of the rescue mission. The first responders are not supposed to perish in the flood. They're supposed to be knowledgeable, and they're supposed to have the proper what do you call that? The proper gear, the proper equipment. They're not supposed to be in a flat bottom boat when the dam breaks, and then they just they just roll with it and try to keep afloat for 5 hours, and of course they sink. So we cannot we as much as the Filipinos and the people in general want to watch um teledramas, Korean dramas, or any dramas on TV. Our personal lives are not supposed to be that action oriented. The world is getting to be desensitized with violence, with aggression. But when it is very real, do you want it to be real? Do you want it to be in your face? Do you want it to happen to yourself, to your friends, to your to the people who are trying to do their jobs? In the Philippines, it's not even a job. That's what we discovered, and that's why we had a difficult time, because it's not a job. It's all volunteer effort. They still have jobs during the day, and then they volunteer. I mean, not all of them. There will be like hired guns, one or two people to man the radios, but everybody else has a day job. So you're already starting with people who are not adequately compensated. They their skill sets are not adequate. What they have is a willingness to serve. So that's where we come in. And also, even with all these good intentions, even when we're identifying the possible obstacles and problems, there's also the human element. And I don't know, Erman and I are still thinking about it, like, why are you guys just not moving fast enough? Are we waiting for the typhoon season? Now it's typhoon season. We just had like a 2-3 day typhoon. Because I don't know, maybe the Filipinos are also desensitized with everything that's happening. I think it's not only Filipinos, I think in some parts of the world, right? If it is not breaking yet, I can just like sit here and just, just chill a little bit. And and then all hell breaks loose. And then we're wondering, what should we do? And you tell me, we should have like done something earlier rather than later. And so the journey of Alpha Aid, with all the good intentions, with all the skills, and even with all the capacity and all the resources, it's still not we are not moving as fast as we would want to, because also, yeah, we need more support. We need more support on the ground. We need more participation. I think we also the Alpha 8 is also structured in a way that it helps each and every one of us to do our share. Not everyone has to jump off helicopters or to swim from a boat to an island and save a dog, but everybody can do their part, and it's not even going to hurt. So it's mainly every one of us who has who has who has something deep in us that we want to be part of something that is meaningful, has something to share. We could support, we could donate, we could participate. So it's really very simple, but I think now, in all this convoluted static energy, simplicity is something that has become rare.
Because you spoke to how people are kind of desensitized to whether it be tragedy or things that happen. And it's heartbreaking to even hear that. It's true. First responders shouldn't perish in disaster situations. They should have the training, they should have the gear, the skill sets. Um, I'm curious, how do you, as a producer of like documentaries and showcasing these stories, how do you individually represent each of these stories so it doesn't feel like you're desensitized or you're seeing yet another, news story?
You need to be very clever, because the thing is, it's a plus that there's a lot of platforms now, rather than like 10 years ago. There's a lot of platforms, but there's also like a lot of noise. So that's when the skills, the skills of storytelling, and you also need to make it like really short, because attention span is very, it's people are want to learn your life story in like 30 seconds. So some, but there's also that delicate balance, like, should I just chop the head of this cow right now to get your attention? Of course not, right? We but the thing is, communicating the reality is our challenge now. Not only for storytellers, not only for filmmakers, not only for advocates, but I think in everyday life. It's I don't want to make this as an example, like, even in the simple, okay, the simple realm of like getting to know a person, or even just dating. Before, you sit in front of a person, you have coffee, you have like coffee for like maybe like first few months. Now you just like look at people, photos, left, right, swipe, like, it's like, I don't like this card, format this kind of one. So it's like cute, bad, ugly, whatever. So we are sitting in a culture of like this card, and that's how we don't realize it. but the mental capacity is in that way, very fast, like discard. Should I listen or not? That's why when you tell stories, the first 5 seconds matter. And but then the thing is, that's why we have all this even in movies, there's always the shock value. But the thing is, people get desensitized more and more. So they get desensitized to what violence and what aggression is. Our lives has become the, like, okay, like when we're starting with reality TV, and maybe it's our fault. We started with reality TV. We found out that people are innately curious. Like, what is Janice doing? What is Herman doing on his spare time? He cannot, why can't he not drink espresso? So that kind of thing. So people are curious with what the other person is doing. And then when we have all these platforms, you which are very good when your messaging is good, or technically, technically good or worth something. But now everybody who has a phone, everybody who has well, everybody has a smartphone, and then everybody has the capacity to just upload anything and everything. So there's a lot of noise, so there's a lot of filtering. So how do we get past this filtering? That's also the challenge of Alpha 8. How do we make people understand that this is immediate, even if the volcano is not erupting yet, but they said it's going to erupt in like 3 months? But people don't care. It's still in 3 months. It's an active volcano. Well, okay, the volcanologists are not correct. It's erupting now. What do we do? And then people start moving. So we are sitting in in a very delicate position where everything is immediate, but there's a lot of blocks in terms of communication and action. And sometimes people are faced with a lot of, like, really, like, dark stuff from the news, from all the platforms, that it's difficult to shake them unless you tell them, like, excuse me, the lava floor is in your doorstep. If you open up, it's just like right to death. No, no, nobody really moves as fast. But the thing is, what do we do now? So we can either sit here, talk about it, get drunk, wake up, talk about it, get drunk, or we can just keep on trying. We can keep banging our heads on a wall, and for sure, when there's enough heads banging on the wall will, like, disappear and crumble. We just keep on moving forward, because moving backward is not even an option. Stopping stopping is not even an option. And I think there's one, what do you call that, my grandmother before said, what is a crime? I said, what, granny, what's a crime? When you just feel like sympathy. You're just sad. You're just sad because something happened to that. Sympathy without action. Sympathy without action. Empty empathy. Why? Is it just for yourself, just to feel something? But anything that we do, okay, fine, we sympathize, we empathize. But if it does not resonate into action, what is it for? So it becomes very individualistic. It is a start. Don't get me wrong, it is a start, but it's like the planet. We need to think about this. It's We're not isolated. There is this planet, and we are still here. We are still breathing. Do we want to how would I say this? Do we want to go down kicking and screaming, and fighting for what can be done, or we can just resign ourselves and sit in the corner of our living room and hope that something is going to change? No, it is, because my thing here, and the way I would always, like, address the briefing for every single thing that I do is, unless people change inside individually, what is external to us will not change. See, what's inside is also a reflection of what's outside. as above, so below. Not to be religious, but as above, so below. All of these things are happening because the humanity is confused. Humanity is getting aggressive. Humanity is getting lost. So what do we do? We change ourselves, and then we act on it. We change. It's not just changing and then I'm just like staying inside my house. It's air conditioned. I can just order delivery. I'm not going to relate with any one of my neighbors because I don't like them. No, that is not the thing. We change deep within, and then we try inch by inch to act on it, to be involved, because there are so many ways. That's what the platform has given us. We can, everything is even digital. You don't need, what I think back in the days, back in the days of Goodwill, you put everything that you don't want, you don't need, and then you bring it to Goodwill, and then you earn a few centavos for it, right? Yeah, now they can even pick it up. You put it in your, even in the Philippines, you just put it in your garage and then people pick it up. Red Cross picks it up, or you can just donate from the comforts of your home. So you don't even need to make super physical effort. So that what I'm saying is the methods, the ways of how we can actively participate are there. If we want information that matter, the avenues are there. Now, if we want to just, okay, just to be like, live the life of cluelessness and just wait for other people to change our reality, that's valid. No judgment, but please also don't have opinions, because you're not entitled to one, because you're not doing anything. Sit, what I would say, if you're not registered to vote, don't complain. Right, if you have not registered to vote, then don't complain. Whoever is sitting there, take it, swallow it. It's you did not exercise, your right. So just sit there, shut up. Don't even go on your platform. Don't post on your Facebook things that what you think. If you have not done the due diligence of acting on it, keep it to yourself. Let it, like, conflagrate inside you. But when you feel you need to let it explode outside, then congratulations, you're a step, you're going like a step further into making your immediate reality better.
Can you share any specific projects or initiatives that you've worked on with Alpha Aid, or anything in the future that you're hoping to drive forward?
We discovered that after a long day's work, what is it, we need to find a cake shop that nothing else motivates our teams than cake at the end of beers and cake, whichever comes first. So we're so easily motivated. Beers and cakes. I think that's it. That ties us all together. But seriously, the first initiative, we tested Alpha 8 in the Philippines. That's the first thing that we've done. And then, of course, we're always here to be of help, not only in the Philippines, but also where our where our leader Herman, like, brings us. I'm so happy that we've expanded also into animal conservation, because I believe that saving animals, it's not that we are saving them. The animals are teaching us how to save ourselves. They're giving us the opportunity to be better people. Like the rhinos, that the sanctuary in Namibia, that our friend Bern is there, right? Is the nanny of in Namibia. We're also looking forward to being able to help. It's not easy, it's it's not easy, but it has to be done. But the thing is, okay, saving the rhino, saving wildlife. That is, wildlife is there. The thing is, wildlife is teaching humanity how to be better people. They're giving us they're offering us redemption. So, for example, for Alpha 8, what we plan to do, I don't. That's why, although I've spoken about Philippines largely because that's where we kicked off Alpha 8, and we have plans of following up on the trainings that we've done here. Still needs still needs a lot of work, but the thing is, now we are more structured in terms of what we can do and how we can help. And whatever we do here is we can replicate in other areas, in other countries. Philippines and Namibia is a good framework. It was not easy. I cannot even imagine how difficult it is for the team, because it in comparison with other NGOs, we don't have like hundreds. We don't have like like volunteers knocking on our door, because this is very specific. This is very specific. That's why even the people that Alpha Aid wants to train, it's not a lot, because it is also a uh very specific training. But the thing is, if we could just affect this mentality, this passion, this call to action, to like one solid person at a time, I think it's really going to be like really slow, and probably we would have reincarnated 10 times before we're done. But but the thing is, that's what I always say. The odds are there. The odds, it's we're not romanticizing that this is like everybody's jumping on jumping on our bandwagon. But the thing is, should we stop? Should we just like move backward? Should we close shop? No, that is not an option. We move forward. Fast, well and good. Slow, we're still moving forward. We hit a stump, we hit a wall, and likewise, I think we have hard enough heads to just bang on it until it crumbles. So yeah,
That's
so
right.
that's my take.
That's right.
Herman is a hard head. I'm glad that Alpha Aid has a podcast. Alpha Aid, we have the website. We're also on all the social media platforms. So with everything that is happening in and around us, we have the power. We are never powerless because we have the power of choice. And as I would always say, each and every moment we choose. Yes, life life is a sum of each and every choice that we make. It's all these moments where we choose to be or not to be, to do or not to do. So we, much as we would like to comment or to say about what everything that's happening in and around us, we have the power. We don't need to wait for anyone, because the avenues are there. We just need to act on it. No judgment. We can act internally and wait for ourselves to catch up, or we can be proactive and support in whatever capacity that we do. So my main wrap up phrase is, we have the power. Let us not forget that. It's all about the choices that we make every second, and it counts. Time is not on our side. So much as we say, okay, let me see what will happen in 10 years, we might not even have that. So the time to act is now. And in whatever capacity, it will be a very, very big help. So visit us, get to know us, get in touch. If you want to volunteer, if you want to invite us to be of help in your area, if you just even just want to communicate or say hello. Sometimes we get also sad and weak and we're tired. My colleagues, they're very much the action person, but personally they also get tired, they also get sad, they also want to just talk to people, or to just they are human. We are human beings who would probably just, it matters when you say like, hello guys, great work, or just hoping everyone's okay. That's fine, that's all good.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you are inspired to take action, don't wait. Get to the job. I mean, to get to the donation page and support Alpha 8 today.